Hi, how are you?
Good.
Are you so excited?
Sure.
Okay. Welcome to Million Hour Workweek, where we learn the stories and work lives of entrepreneurs so that if you are looking to start this type of business, you will have a little insight into what it's like to what it takes to start, run, and successfully profit off a business like this, and for the community to learn a little bit more about the person behind the business. Today, I have here with me Billie Rankin from Double R Transportation.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
How long have you owned this business?
Since 2017.
Okay. What, the business is in Sapulpa, correct?
Yes.
Just in Sapulpa?
Yes.
Did you grow up in Sapulpa?
Pretty much since second grade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you come from, like, an entrepreneurial family?
No, I wouldn't say no. Both my mom and dad had jobs.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything in your childhood that you can look back on that could show where your entrepreneurial trait started?
I think it was just watching like my mom struggle through life with working so much, and I don't know, I just always wanted to not worry about struggling, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You just wanted it to be like a opposite of what you saw type of situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also get bored easy, so I do a lot of different things, it seems like.
Were you ever a serial hobbyist?
No.
You weren't?
No.
Okay.
Serial worker, but no hobbyist.
No hobbyist. Did you start anything young? Like any of your own businesses while you were a kid? Like selling lemonade or beef jerky or anything like that?
No.
Really?
Not really. Like if we had something like for school we had to sell, I was like always the one that wanted to be the biggest seller.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of siblings, or do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have siblings.
Did you have to sell any of their stuff?
No, but I'd like to sell them all.
You said I could do pretty good at that, actually.
Yeah.
Did you think, or what did you think that you wanted to be when you were a kid?
A mortician.
A mortician, really? What started that?
I don't know.
Really?
I just always wanted to be a mortician.
You're like, that's my thing?
Yeah.
What was your first job?
My first job was working at Long John Silver's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in Sapulpa.
Oh, perfect. Did you like it?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
How long were you in that job?
I don't remember. I just knew that I refused to take the trash out, so I'd negotiate with people to take the trash
Oh,
out.
perfect. You said, hey, man, I can help you out. What was a moment from your childhood that shaped your work ethic, in your opinion?
Probably seeing how hard my mom worked.
Mm-hmm. Just, you were like...
Yeah, if she was sick, she still went to work.
Mm-hmm. The days keep coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever feel pressure to succeed?
Every day.
Really?
Still do.
Was it from outside or just internal opinion?
Both.
Oh, yeah. Were you more independent early on, or were you guided a lot?
Very independent.
Really?
Yeah. My mom said on her deathbed that she was scared to leave my two brothers, and I asked about me and my other brother, and she said, well, you two never needed me since the day you were born. Oh. Never understood that, because I was like, I've always needed my mom, but now that I have a daughter that's just like me, I fully understand it.
Yeah.
So.
You're like, she's got it.
Yeah.
I mean, she can always call me, but she'll know what to do.
Right.
What did your parents do for work?
Different things. My mom was a welder. She was a truck driver. She worked in plants. Owned a bar for many years before she passed away. My dad did a lot of different things. Drove truck too. I mean, worked in auto parts stores. Was a carrier, and just both of them's done different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just jack of many trades.
Yeah.
What made you start this business?
It kind of fell in my, I was doing nursing at the time, and a friend come to me and asked if I would help him run the inside of like the business part on the inside of like billing and stuff like that. So I kind of started doing that. And then I just started taking on more trucking companies and running their trucks and doing their billing. And then a friend of mine said one day, why do you keep building everybody else's business? Why don't you build your own? So that's kind of where that got me to build my own.
What was your first start? Like, how did you start to do that?
Bought one truck and one trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just you and, like, did you have someone else, or were you driving the truck, or did you have someone else driving the truck?
No, my ex-spouse drove.
And then you just
Built from there.
Perfect. And how long did it take you to build off of the one?
I would say, I think before the first year was up, we had 2 or 3 trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your life like right before you started? Like, was it a lot of, like, working 2 jobs to get one thing started, or did you, like, jump into that? How did that work?
No, I pretty much always worked 2 or 3 jobs. Even still, I work 2 jobs. So I don't know. I just like to work.
Workaholic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much.
What were you most scared of about starting a new business? Or were you scared to start a business?
I don't think I was ever scared. I don't think starting any business, because I've had so many different businesses, I don't think anything scares me. Now, I know a lot of people want to see me fail, so that's what scares me. I don't want to fail.
Yeah. But would you say that the fear of failure keeps you going harder?
100%.
Yeah. It's a different type of fire under your ass, for sure.
I make a joke all the time that if I got to get on a pole to survive, I'm going to get on a pole, which I never would. But I say that joke all the time.
You said, and
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Work, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Did anyone ever doubt you starting the business and talk about it openly?
No, I don't think anybody ever doubted me.
Yeah. You thought that everyone supported it?
Yeah. I don't really know that I need it. I don't really think that I cared if anybody supported it. I think so I didn't really, I just,
You just didn't know.
I'm just the type of person that I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Yeah. And no matter what anyone says.
Right.
Perfect. Because honestly, it's just opinions. They're not living the life or showing up to work to do it. So.
Yes, true.
How did you get your first load?
Well, because I ran so many other trucking companies, my name was already out there.
Oh, yeah. So you were
So
just
I
like,
haven't,
hey, man.
I haven't really ever had any trouble with as far as getting freight, because I have a good reputation. So it just succeeds, and people call me. So I don't have to call very often for loads. I normally just have people calling me.
Yeah. How do you network in a business like that?
I do Facebook posts and stuff like that, but really I didn't network because my name was already out there. But before that, I ran a lot of trucks off the load board until I built a reputation with brokers. And now I have brokers and direct freight that I run. So I have my own customers and I have brokers that I haul for.
What did the first few months look like of that first year?
Watching my bank account.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have to be very strategic with everything that you did?
Yeah, I have like a base amount in my head that I can't run my truck for under this dollar amount. And sometimes you have to like take the good with the bad. So you may run out for 50 cents more than what you'll run for, but then on the load back, it may not pay what your bottom dollar is. So you have to average everything out to make sure that you still are making that bottom dollar.
Can you give an example of what that is for people that don't know what that is?
For me, I won't run my truck for under $2 a mile. So now with diesel higher, it's like $4 and $5 a mile.
So if you had to get something from like Wyoming, what would that look like?
It'd be $5+ a mile.
$5+ a mile.
Because most likely if you run out there, you're not getting nothing back.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to there's good zones and bad zones. So if you're going to a good zone and you know you're going to get a load back, it makes a difference on what you leave from here.
Were there times that you had to turn down it because you couldn't get a load back? Like there wasn't anything to come back?
No, they got to pay me because I know the zone. So if
Oh.
I know it's a bad zone I'm going to, then you've got to pay me my rate that if I don't get something back, it's fine. But if I get something back, then it's a bonus for me.
How did you learn that?
Trial and error.
Trial and error. What was the worst loss you had to take while you were learning?
I don't know that I took a loss ever.
Really?
Mm-mm. No.
Well, that's good.
No.
Yeah. Well, because honestly, if I tried to do it, I'd be losing money left and right. I would
Right.
have no idea what I was doing. So, so the load board, would it show kind of what places don't have anything?
Yeah, like when you get on there, say if you're going to Wyoming, then you put in Cheyenne, Wyoming to see what loads are coming on there. It shows, most of them shows what it's paying by per mile. So then you'll know if there's nothing coming out of Cheyenne, Wyoming that's paying more than anywhere from 50 cents to $1 at times. So
Yeah.
then you know, okay, well, if I'm going to take this load out here, I need to make sure that it's going to pay enough for me to bounce back. Because a lot of times, even if the load pays $1 a mile, but it's 48,000 pounds, your truck's better off to come back empty because you're going to burn so much fuel with that heavy weight on.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you go to calculate the fuel into it?
You just learn over trial and error.
Really?
Yeah, like you know pretty much what your truck's average per mile. So then you have to just balance that in. But the heavier the load, the more fuel you're going to use.
Yeah.
So and then you've got to remember that if you take $1,000 load back, well, if your driver's getting 28%, well, that comes off that $1,000. Then you got to factor in fuel and wear and tear on your truck. So sometimes it's better to come back empty.
Do different trucks burn at different rates?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I have some trucks that get 4 miles a gallon. I have some trucks that get 7 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the truck, the motor. But you just learn that over time.
Yeah, it's not like in specs that you can look at or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, how many hours were you working daily / weekly whenever you started?
Daily, pretty much any time I'm awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a moment, you were working.
Yes. I could work 24 hours a day because I have that much work. I just have to sometimes, when I had an office in my house, I'd find myself at 3, 4 in the morning in there working. So I try not to have an office at the house anymore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Gotta try to have a work-life balance.
Yeah.
What were you doing at those times? Were there loads did you have drivers that were available to do that, or were you scheduling later in the week?
Just billing or just looking for loads for the next day, just seeing what's on the board and emailing, stuff like that.
Do you feel like late nights got you ahead?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there was a noticeable difference in did you take weekends off?
No.
Did you ever take off in the beginning?
No.
Well, then never mind.
I still don't really take off. I work when I'm on vacation even.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you doing on vacation while
Everybody else is on vacation, I'm working.
Yeah.
The actual first vacation I can say that I've taken since 2015 without working was just here recently when I went to Cabo. I forwarded my phones to my son.
Wow.
So that's the first actual time I've never not been taking calls while I'm on vacation.
Yeah. How did you feel on that vacation? Stressed or relaxed?
Relaxed because I knew that he could do the job.
Yeah, because you had someone that was capable of doing it.
Yes, but it's hard to give up control for me.
Yeah. I am also a fellow control freak.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were sacrificing anything during those times? Anything in other aspects of your life?
I don't feel like I sacrificed anything.
Yeah.
Because, I still, made time if my kids had a sporting event or something like that. Now, I may not have been watching the whole time because I was working on my phone, but I don't feel like I sacrificed because I feel like what I was doing was to make sure my kids had a good life.
Mm-hmm. And you were still a very present parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Most people cannot say that.
Right.
Did you feel like you were making progress in the beginning, or did you feel stuck at times? Like, did you feel like you were continuously making progress?
I feel like I was continually making progress, but right now, I don't see, like, I feel like I'm stuck right now for some reason, and I'm not seeing it build the way that it used to build. Mm-hmm. So, I'm trying to figure things and figure out reassess what's all going on right now.
Well, it can always just be a season.
Right.
Because, everything goes through a season, and especially right now.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us are going through seasons.
Yeah.
So
definitely a season.
Yeah.
4 seasons, not one.
Literally. Did you ever feel burned out in the beginning?
No.
Really?
I do sometimes now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes I wake up and think, why am I doing this? Because sometimes, like, I don't take a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I'm just supporting everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But then I look around and I'm like, no, look at all that you have.
Yeah. Do you feel like sometimes it's harder whenever you're, like, in the thick of it to see, like, the goal at the end?
Yeah, I think it's harder to see the goal, but that's why I think you always have to keep the goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to set goals. Like, I still set goals, even this many years into it.
Yeah.
I set goals with every business I have.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how long I've had them, I always try and set a goal so that way I feel like I'm still progressing and not getting stale.
Mm-hmm. I can definitely relate to that, because sometimes whenever I would show up to work, my boss would be like, what's your goal for today? And I would say, my goal was to make it to work today.
Yes.
So first goal of the day, complete. And
Yeah.
he'd be like, that's your goal? Yeah, I gotta set them small and achievable, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you feel like there were any relationships that were challenged in the beginning?
I think that as far as relationships goes, you have to be careful, because I feel like that you think people are for you and rooting for you, but on the sidelines they're jealous and they're not wanting you to succeed. They're wanting you to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you feel like they're not wanting, you feel like they're on your team, and technically they're not on your team. I feel like a lot of people don't see what goes into a business and how much time and effort it takes and dedication, and they think sometimes, well, it just comes naturally. Like, they're like, oh, I wish I had what you had. Well, there's a lot of work that goes behind what I had.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just giving to me. I wasn't born into a rich family or anything and had something just passed on to me. I worked for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people don't realize how much time and energy that people that succeed in life have actually put into what they're doing. Mm-hmm. It's just not, I mean, I'm sure it comes natural for a lot of people. I feel like it comes natural for me as far as, like, change and businesses and stuff like that. Like, change doesn't scare me. I'm very adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel like there's a lot of stuff that I do every day that people don't see.
Yeah. Do you feel like you there was ever jealousy from people around you because of the success that you've had in business?
I didn't think so,
Yeah.
but over the past year, because I'm a very giving person, so I give a lot, but over the last year, I've stopped giving to people.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned to water trees and not weeds, and I watered a lot of weeds.
Yeah.
And now that I've stopped watering those weeds,
Yeah.
they're no longer around.
Yeah.
So you start to realize, oh, these people are around for what they were getting from you, not because they cared about you. They were just around because you were constantly giving.
Yeah.
So that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And I'm still swallowing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I understand. Whenever you were doing the business side of these other businesses, were you ever like managing anyone like under you, or was it just like the like getting the loads and doing payroll and like things like that?
No, everybody's under me.
You were managing everyone?
Yeah.
So whenever you stepped into this role, managing new drivers was already a skill that you had?
Yes, from running, because when I say I ran multiple trucking companies, it was pretty much silent owners of semis that the drivers didn't even know.
Oh.
I ran the drivers, I did their payroll, I wrote the checks, I did everything. They just basically backed it with their financials.
Yeah.
And then I was the one that did everything.
So this really was not new to you whenever you started this one?
It was just new as far as the financials was my financials. So somebody else wasn't paying for the breakdown, somebody else wasn't paying for the trucks. It was all on me financially. What
are some of the things that go into running a trucking business financially that people don't think about?
Insurance on the trucks, paying the drivers. If something happens, they break down, it's on you to fix the truck out there on the road, or put the driver in a hotel while the truck is getting fixed. Just every financial aspect that you can think of falls back on me. And the weight of, like, I feel like it's not just me that relies on my business. I have 19 other families that rely on my business. So it's not all about my decisions. What I make is going to affect 19 families. So I have to make sure that I'm making the right decision.
Yeah. And that's always forefront whenever you're making decisions, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure for some people, they don't think about the lower totem pole person, but unfortunately, my personality is I have a tendency to overcare about other people and put their needs before my needs.
Which is a good quality in a business owner.
Right.
Because you hired them and you signed the contract that, you'd be a good business owner. So, I mean, you're doing all the right things.
I don't think of my drivers as drivers. I think of them as family.
Yeah.
So, everybody's like, do you want to grow to 100 trucks? No, I don't. Because I feel like when you grow to 100 trucks, they become a number and not a name.
Yeah.
And I want my drivers to always have a name to me. I don't want to just be a truck number.
Yeah. And you lose the connection. You lose the morale whenever they're coming in and out.
Yeah, I emotionally invest, I feel like, in every family that's affected by my company.
Yeah. And especially because you want them to invest into your business with the best of their ability and all of their time. So, I mean, But you learn that it doesn't matter how much you do for somebody else, they don't have that loyalty. Yeah. Loyalty is very hard to find anymore, I feel like. I feel like loyalty and dignity and stuff has kind of been put to the wayside. And unfortunately for me, it's not been put to the wayside. Yeah. So, but in the end, I can lay my head down at night and know that I did the right thing during the day. Yeah. So that's what matters. Did you, as I also have very strong morals that always come before business, were there any times during the business where you had to let someone go or do something of that effect because they were going against your morals?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Both employee-wise, it's very cutthroat though, trucking is. And like, we may haul for a broker out of somewhere several times, well then they approach us wanting us to haul for them, and to me that's unethical. Like, I was sent in by somebody that trusted me not to steal their freight, and I'm not going to steal their freight. But there's a lot of companies out there that know they'll cut your throat and steal your freight, and I'm not going to do that. And I think that's why I have such a good reputation with who I haul for, because they know I'm not going to stab them in the back and take their customer. And I've had companies before tell me that they've been told not to let their company drivers come in there to let Double R come back in. They want Double R. Yeah. And I could easily take that customer away, but I'm not going to do that, because like I said, in the end, I'm a firm believer what comes around goes around, and I also believe that God blesses those. So there's a lot of times that I'm like trusting in God,
Mm-hmm.
because I've had customers where I could have $1 million contracts, and I'm like, no, you have to call the broker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm hauling for them.
Yeah.
And so I've seen a lot of other companies get bigger than me because
They'll take it.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
they'll take it, but and I've seen some of those companies fail too.
Yeah.
And I just feel what comes around goes around. I
Mm-hmm.
believe to keep doing the right thing, and everything will fall into place.
Yeah. Absolutely. Did you ever question if it was worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This 4 seasons, I've
Yeah.
questioned a lot. Is it worth it? Because sometimes I think it'd be a lot less stress just to go do one of my other jobs and not have to worry about, breakdowns and phone calls at 2 a.m. And so, yeah.
Yeah. What was your lowest moment in business?
Last year in April.
Yeah. What happened business-wise, if you don't mind?
Changed full ownership to myself,
Mhm.
and just uncertainty of
Mhm.
where my life was going or where I wanted my life to go.
Mhm.
Like, I basically got into trucking because my ex drove truck for many years, and so that's what kind of drug me into the trucking industry, besides the fact that my mom drove, my dad drove, but I was so young, I didn't really, and then when my mom drove, I wasn't even in the house anymore. So
Yeah.
just the uncertainty of
Mhm.
knowing, even though, like, I knew because I ran the company and I did everything, it was just the comfort of knowing that somebody else was there.
Mhm.
I think that was the uncertainty. But then my son stepped off, because my son drove for us. He
Mhm.
stepped off the road and came in the office. So that kind of helped me.
Mhm.
But I was also scared because it was something new for him. He'd always been a driver.
Mhm.
But he adapted very well.
Mhm.
So it eased a lot, knowing that if for some reason I couldn't come to work, because if I was too sick, because I normally work even when I'm sick, but if I was too sick or I started having some health issues, so that was scary, because I was like, what if I have to have surgery? Who's going to take care of these trucks? Who's going to run these trucks? Who's going to worry about the drivers? But just having that, knowing that he knows what he's doing,
Mhm.
has taken a lot of pressure off me.
Well, good.
So
Was there any time where you seriously considered quitting?
no,
Really?
it's not an option. There's too many people that want to see me quit, so
Mhm.
that drives me even harder.
Yeah. Can't give them that satisfaction.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, if I quit, it's going to be because I chose to quit, not
Mhm.
because of something else.
Yeah. Whenever you were in those moments of uncertainty, was there anyone that you talked to about it, or did you keep it inside?
God and the friend that pretty much talked me into starting Double R.
Mm-hmm.
I would talk to him about it, and
Yeah.
then he would just, encourage me to keep going, that I know what I'm doing. Just basically, this is just a bad day, bad year, but not a bad life kind of situation.
Mhm.
So,
And did that give you hope as you move forward?
yeah, I'm very grateful to that person, because he's stayed consistent and he's been there and hasn't veered. I had several people that I thought were on my team, but now they're not on my team. They weren't ever on my team. They were just there for the benefits they were reaping. And once those benefits went away, well, the true colors come out. But this person doesn't benefit anything from me, has never benefited anything from me, and has stayed consistent. So, yeah. So I'm very grateful for that person in my life.
Whenever it was just you, what did your day-to-day look like? Were you having longer hours? Were you working while you were back at home? What did that look like?
Yeah, but I still feel like I still do that. I feel like I feel like the only time I don't work is if I'm at a doctor's appointment, and then I'll send out a group, because we have a group message, and I'll send out that my son is in charge. If anything goes wrong, contact him. I'm going to be away from my phone for a little bit. And that's hard because I feel like from just the nursing profession of me working in it, that it's respectful to a physician to not answer your phone when he's in the room. And then, like, I did neurofeedback, which I'm a big fan of. So it was hard for me because I would still answer text messages during neuro, even though I'm supposed to be off my phone. But it's hard for me to even give myself 20 minutes. And that's what neuro is. It's 20 minutes. But it's hard for me to give myself 20 minutes. Like, nobody's going to die in that 20 minutes if you don't respond back. Yeah. But just who I am, I have to respond back.
Well, that's a very strong trait to have as a business owner. Because I've heard, like, especially with more and more AI, that's, like, people's main thing is they want to be able to talk to someone and to have that human connection.
I dislike AI. I have a lot of people that I haul freight for, and they're like, you get so many calls a day, why don't you start having AI answer some of them? And I'm like, no. Yeah. I said, you people are going to be out of a job because you're doing that. Eventually, they don't need a live person, but I hate AIs. Yeah. Like, I can't even stand talking to them on the phone. I literally hang up on them.
Yeah, me as well.
I've stopped hauling for brokers just because they have AIs that answer their phone. And it's like, you'd say everything to the AI person for her to eventually transfer you to a live person to repeat everything I just said. And I don't have time for that.
Yeah, we're just wasting much time.
Yes, I don't have time. Go on.
Weird. When did things start to change for you after the ownership switch? Like, when did it start to look like it was looking up?
It's still...
So we're still waiting, actually.
Yeah. I've had a lot of breakdowns, a lot of maintenance issues. It's... Right now, is tag renewal I did last week, which was a lot of money, and then I have insurance renewal in less than 7 days, which is a huge down. So once I get past that, then I'm like, because all this happened whenever all the change happened last year. So it was like, boom, tag, insurance renewal, a lot of money out. And then now I've made it a year, and now it's like we're back full circle. So I'm like, I know that I'll make it through this part. And then I'm like, okay, I made it a year with all that went wrong. There's nothing to stop me.
No.
So.
Because truly, I mean, there's like no day that you're just going to walk in and they're like, your business is going to be out of business.
Right.
Like, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
So you're stable enough to where at least you know that you're past that.
Right.
Out, like you're out of the woods.
Right.
What, if any, skills did you learn during that change? And was it a mindset shift or a strategy shift?
I think it's a mindset, because I think, like I said, I naturally want to see good. I naturally want to believe that people are good. And I think just from so much betrayal in the last year, I'm trying not to let it change who I am. But in the same instance, I'm also setting boundaries that I feel like I've never set my whole entire life with people. I've constantly let somebody take advantage of my financial and benefit, and I would see it, but then I would still let them back in later. Like, I'm very forgiving, and I think that I've learned that there's just, now you have to see people, when people show you who they are, believe it. Don't believe that they are who you believe people are, because believe what they're showing you. What they're showing you is who they are. And I think that's the hardest thing for me to swallow, because it's hard for me to believe that people can be that way. Like, I'm like, how? Like, how? How do you rest at night? How do you sleep at night knowing the things that you've done wrong to people? And that's the mindset that I'm trying to still do. Boundaries, like, I've had to set a lot of boundaries with family and cut family off, and that's very hard. It's very hard to, in even business wise, I've had to, like, just realize this is who this person is, stop thinking that they made a mistake. They knew exactly what they did. And I think that's the whole, I don't know that it's strategizing. I think it's just a mindset that you have to
adapt.
Yeah, and you have to, it's still hard for me to realize that there are just some people out there in the world that are just crappy people.
Are you starting to see the effect of those boundaries or the effect of them in business?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm more calm. I'm more focused. I'm not as stressed out because I don't have that in my life anymore. I don't have, per se, someone else's drama that I worried about. Like, I would take on, I feel like I'm one of those people that when someone else is suffering, I feel they're suffering. And so I'm trying to not take on other people's pains, not take on other people's. I'm learning that people can do the same thing in life that I do. You've just got to want it. And it doesn't matter how much you help somebody sometimes. If they don't want it, they're taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
And so that's a different mindset I have. That, like, I don't mind helping people, but I'm now going to not help people that don't help themselves. Like, I didn't have the best upbringing. I didn't have the best life. I mean, I lost my mom at an early age. My biological father was cheating on my mom the day I was born. So, and then I was adopted and didn't get a very good adopted dad, now that I realize, and lost my first child. There's a lot of reasons that I could say, oh, well, this is why I turned to drugs and alcohol, or this is why, but I never turned to drugs and alcohol. It wasn't an option for me. Like, so I get that some people give into that temptation and stuff, but there's also a time in your life when you have to say, I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to, and so I feel like there's a time where you can no longer blame somebody else for your life. You have to take responsibility. So,
do you agree with the debate of, like, you can say it's nature versus nurture, but at a certain point it's your own, what you want to do with yourself?
No, I 100% believe that it's your choice. You can have a great upbringing and still end up with a terrible life or addiction, or you can have a horrible life and turn out to be very successful. I feel like we have to get out of people's brain mentality that, oh, well, this, you're not ever going to be able to do this. No, I don't believe that at all. And I didn't raise my children on that. Like, I have a daughter that had a lot of health problems, and I was told since she was 13 I'd be lucky if she ever graduated high school, that I needed to realize that her health was going to hold her back, and she's going into her 4th year of pre-med. But I never, ever, every time we would walk out of a doctor's appointment, I would look at her and say, your health doesn't define who you become in life. You define who you become in life. And I feel like your situation that you grew up with doesn't define who you become in life. Maybe as a child, it defined what you had in life. But I feel like once you reach that age to where you can go out on your own and do what you want to do in life, it may not be easy at all, but in the end, nothing's really easy. I don't even feel like successful people that were handed something, I don't feel like it was easy. I feel like you got handed something, but I don't know per se that it's easy. I feel like any rich person or well-off person can be handed a business and they can destroy that business, or they can make that business prosper. I mean, as we've seen over the years. So I just feel like it's on you. Don't make the excuse, well, X, Y, and Z. No, it's on you.
Because absolutely, even if you're handed a business, you still have to step into that business owner role and still do every skill. And that is still the hard work. But no one wants to admit to that.
It's dedication.
Absolutely. What do you feel like it was immediate or gradual with your comfortability with running a business?
I think for me it was immediate.
Really?
Because I've always been that leader kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, like I said, I'm very adaptable. I feel like I always say all the time, I don't know how I'm not running the country.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when I talk to like people that are running a major corporation, but yet I'm giving them advice on what to do, I'm like, this is scary.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't know what you're doing and you're in this role.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for me, it just comes natural.
Yeah.
And then for some people, I think it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always said that when it comes to business, that if I had to fire my son tomorrow because he wasn't doing his job correctly, I hope that it wouldn't affect our relationship as mother and son.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end, it's business.
Yeah.
It's not. And I've had to fire family members.
Mm-hmm.
And it's business. In the end, it's business. That's
Yeah.
I can separate business and personal.
Mm-hmm. If you didn't start this business, where do you think that you would be today? What else do you think that you'd be doing? Would you still be nursing?
I think I would have went back to nursing when my daughter started college because I only left because of her being sick.
Yeah.
So I needed a job that was more flexible, so that's when I started doing hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I love hair, but I feel like my passion is nursing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Do you ever feel like you'd go back to it?
I mean, sometimes I tease that I'm going to go work at an urgent care on the weekend or something just because I don't really miss it unless I'm like in that situation, in the hospital with somebody or in the ER. Then I miss that rush
Mm-hmm.
of the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, financial wise, I would have to downsize a lot just because the finance is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're accustomed to a certain lifestyle, would you say?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm accustomed to a certain lifestyle, but I'm also not materialistic. Like,
Yeah.
do I drive a nice car? Yeah, but I feel like I work hard. I should have a nice car.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I've learned a lot in the last year that money's not everything. You can't take it with you when you die,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't get back the time that you lose with your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like in that aspect, I'm not so more driven financially. I just want to be comfortable
Yeah.
and enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
But I can't give up my businesses because I like to work. I
Mhm.
plan on working till the day I die.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to retire. That
You
just
don't wanna
sounds
retire?
horrible. No.
Do you contribute to a retirement plan?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm never going to retire.
Your retirement plan is working.
Yes, that's my
Perfect.
retirement
Hey,
plan.
you
I
can just
don't-
get so far removed from the business that you're only taking a few phone calls, and then you're still working.
I mean, that's the goal, that one day my son runs it all and I just draw a check, but I still think I will have my hand in it because, once again, I don't think that I can fully walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Like vacation 2 days and I'm ready to come back home and go to work.
Yeah. So whenever people say you live to work or you work to live, do you live to work?
I think I live to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does it bring you comfort when you work? Does it feel like
Yes.
you're in your zone?
Yeah, I feel like when I'm not working, I feel like I'm not doing something. I need to be doing something. Like, I'm not the person that just can go home and sit even. Like, I can sit for 20, 30 minutes and I got to get up and do something around the house, or I can't just leave something. And that's something I'm working on, to be able to just leave something. Like, it's okay to leave the laundry for a day and not wash it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to learn that
Yeah.
part.
But do you feel like that has contributed to your success?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, and people don't realize that when you start up a business, it's your life. I try to tell that to new stylists and stuff. Like, when I started doing hair, I was there from 6 in the morning to 9 at night. Even if I didn't have a customer, I was sitting there in that chair waiting for that walk-in, because every walk-in is eventually a potential customer.
Mm-hmm.
And people would say, why do you run back to work just because they had a walk-in for $25 or whatever? And I'm like, because that's a potential customer. So I think that's where people make mistakes. They think that it's going to be thrown at you, and it's not. It's literally a lifestyle. You've got to live and breathe whatever you're building in life. And I mean, some people are 8 to 5ers. Some people are job people, but I know that I'm not. Like, even when I did nursing at my like, I don't know, like, we had mid-year reviews, and you had to give goals. And like, I remember my first review, I said I was going to have my manager's job to my manager, and she's like, are you really want me to put this down? I'm like, yeah, because that's my goal, is to take your job. And she's like, what? I'm like, well, I don't feel like you do it very well.
Oh my gosh.
So she didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, how are you a manager? You don't even know what you're doing.
You said, actually, I feel more qualified.
Yes. So I feel like in that aspect, that would make it hard for me to go back into the corporate world, because one, I'm not an ass kisser, and I put it the way it is, and so I'm not going to play the corporate game. And I feel like anymore they want those puppets.
Yeah, it's all a political thing.
Yes.
Around the office.
Yeah. Yes, and if you don't play the puppet game, well, then you're not going to advance, and I'm not a puppet, so I'm not going to play the game. I always say I invented the game for puppets to play.
It's nice. Nice little motto.
Yeah.
Do you feel like whenever you start a new, to your point, you feel like it has to be an obsession with your business for you to be successful?
I don't know about an obsession. I think it has to be, to a certain extent, something you enjoy.
Like, genuinely.
Yes.
Like, it can't feel like a job.
Right. I have a lot of stress with the trucking, and there's some days where I'm like, oh God, why do I do this job? But then I'm like, oh God, how would you ever stop? Because I love it so much.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's a toxic relationship?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many hours would you say that your hours are about the same as when they started, as they are now?
Maybe less. Maybe, like, before I didn't walk out of the office until 5, 6 or whatever. And now, like, I leave sometimes at noon or 2 or 3. And, like, people will be like, oh, yeah, it must be nice to leave. But I'm still working. I'm just not sitting at my desk. I'm still working, like, because I can work from my phone. I feel like technology has advanced so much more, too. So, I mean, I do a lot from my phone.
We all do. Most of the business is from technology anyways, so it can be on the go.
Like, just sitting here, I have 16 messages that I haven't responded back to. So it's like my phone constantly goes, and I'm trying now to not be so attached to my phone. Like, I literally, if my phone goes dead and I don't have a charger, I feel like I start having anxiety. Yeah. And
are you one of those, like, does anyone have a charger? Do you have a charger? Can we stop? Can I get a charger?
Yes. I will stop and buy a charger if for some reason I don't have the charger, or I don't know if it's anxiety from work or just anxiety of something happening to my kids and me not getting that call. I don't really know, because that's something new for me. Like, I'm trying now, like, when I'm at dinner with friends and stuff like that, that I'm trying to be more mindful to that. So I'm trying to, when I'm at dinner, I'm not constantly on my phone. And I feel like social media is the devil anymore, even though I have social media. I'm trying to not be so, because I feel like you're bored. So you pick up your phone and you look at Facebook, or you look at TikTok, which I don't do TikTok. I feel like it makes my brain hurt. But, like,
it'll consume you.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes. And so I've tried to be more mindful when I go out to restaurants and stuff. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody is on their phone. Nobody is talking. Nobody is communicating. So I'm trying to set more of an example of putting my phone down. And I feel like my kids, for some reason, do a better job at that than I do. And I don't understand that because they're younger. But I do feel like when we're out, my son is the worst. Like, I'll go to call him, even though our desks are next to each other. I'll go to call him, and his phone will be on his desk. And I'm like, So then I have to get up and go track him down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but he doesn't have his phone attached to his hip.
Yeah.
Me, my phone goes in the bathroom with me. Like, it just does. It doesn't, like if I leave my phone, God, I must have been busy.
Yeah. It must have been, I must have been in a hurry.
Yes.
Yeah, me and CJ personally have been trying to, like, be more detached from our phones, especially at dinner, because, like, whenever we were kids, I swear, like, you had to be, like, at dinner engaged in conversation. I don't know when that went out the window or what the deal is, because I had dinner with my mom last night, and she was on her phone the whole time. I said, can you put that down? Can you please engage? And she was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I don't know what the deal is. So, yes, I do understand that it can, like, consume so much of your time. Do you feel like you're pretty good with being consistent with controlling the amount of time that you're on it? Like, whenever you do have to do things? Or do you feel like you ever let social media get the best of your time?
I used to.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm trying to be less engaged in social media.
Yeah.
But my thing with social media is, like, because of all my health issues that I've had the past year, like, I will see memories come up and I'm like, I want that stuff for my kids. I want them to see memories if something happened. Like, I've always been never scared of death. Mm-hmm. Like, never. I always would be okay with dying young.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The past year, for some reason now, I want to live. Mm-hmm. And I've never had that desire my whole entire life. Like, I've always just been like, my mom died at 54. I'm good with dying at 54. But now that I'm 52 and I have two grandchildren, and I want to see my daughter get her doctorate, and I want to see my youngest granddaughter walk across that stage, and I'm like, for the first time in my life, death scares me, and it's never scared me before.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's because you have so much to live for right now? And then in that, whenever you were like, well, I'm okay with dying at 54, you just didn't have, like, as much?
I just don't think I lived for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think finally now that I'm trying to live for me.
Mm-hmm. You want to be able to have those experiences.
Yeah, I want to, for the first time in 52 years, I actually genuinely feel content in life. Mm-hmm. And even though I have so much struggles going on with everything else, I'm just okay. Mm-hmm. I'm okay if I'm very OCD, perfectionist, and I'm just okay with being me. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. You're feeling very comfortable in yourself.
Yeah, like I no longer seek approval from my parent that's still alive. I no longer seek, like, I've always felt like I had to be 100% perfect. Mm-hmm. And I've tried so hard my whole life to be perfect. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just like, you know what? I am perfect, so stop trying. Like, and that's not shallow, that's not conceited, but I genuinely feel like overall I'm a good person. I do the right thing, and I've raised my kids on strong morals. And as long as I continue to keep my values, it doesn't matter what other people's values are. Yeah. I know who I am, and God knows who I am, mm-hmm. and my children know who I am, and that's what matters to me in life.
Absolutely. This damn fly froze. Okay. What parts of the business get to run without you now that you have your son in the business to help you?
Well, I mean, my son pretty much can do anything I can do now.
Yeah.
So
now you have the availability to fully, like, step away.
Yes.
Have you ever had that before?
No.
Is it a feeling, like, is it something that you feel like you're going to keep in your back pocket for whenever you need to step away, or do you feel like you're going to be starting to exercise some more time away from the business?
No, I feel like my son has pushed me more to go live life, because like my daughter-in-law had made the comment that they were talking here a while back, and they realized that because we took a lot of vacations, that everybody was on vacation but me. I was always still working. So like I said, the very first time I've ever not worked was here recently when I went to Cabo. And I think I don't, and I didn't realize it. I don't even think they realized that I was always working, because that's just what Mom did. And then after all the changes in our life recently, they started to realize, like, oh God, she really did a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I think you just take for granted what your significant other, spouse, parents, or anything. I think we just, oh, well, that's what Mom or Dad does, or oh, that's what my spouse does. And you stop to take granted. Like, they just started a new series at church, like I was going to tell you anyway, that you and CJ need to watch it, because it's the first series is talking about how when you first get into a relationship, you're the first to call, you're the first to say I love you, you're the first to do this, you're the first to do that. But as time goes by, you stop being the first. You start saying, well, he can do this, or he can, and he's like, I'm not talking about your spouse, I'm talking about you right now. And I feel like that goes into everything in life and business.
Yeah.
Stop saying, well, I'm not going to be the first that calls this person for a load. No. Start being the first. Continue to be the first in everything you do in life. And whatever somebody else does, that's on them. And I even had a good pastor tell me once that no matter what's going on in your life, be the best version of yourself. And whatever follows, it was meant to be, and whatever doesn't. So I kind of lived that theory ever since he told me that.
Yeah.
And as long as you're being the best version of you, it doesn't matter what else happens, because you like you said, like integrity and morals. As long as you continue to have your values in life, then what follows was meant to be, and what doesn't was never meant to be.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing that I'm dealing with right now, because I've lost a lot of people that I thought had same values and morals as me, or we aligned, and then I realized, no, we didn't align. So I feel like that can carry you over in life and business.
Yeah.
Just continue to be the best that you can be. Continue to strive to build your business. And social media is the worst, because you look at everybody's life and it looks so great on social media. And I'm here to tell you right now from personal experience.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you see on social media, because most people are posting the best about social media. Unless you go back and read mine, people might go back and look me up and they're like, holy hell. Yeah, like,
best.
Because and people would be like, don't share. And I'm like, no, I'm who I am. I'm going to share when I'm having a down moment or when I'm having an up moment. And I'm not sharing it for your benefit. I'm sharing it for me. Later in life, I can see, oh God, a year ago, you were on your knees begging God to get you up to go to work, and here you are now getting up a year later not on your knees begging God.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like people need to stop trying to make their lives picture perfect, because there's nobody life that is out there picture perfect.
Yep.
So just be who you are. Be real.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, is be real. And that's the people that I'm eliminating from my life are the people that aren't real.
Absolutely.
That if somebody's shitty, say they're shitty. Don't shake their hand and then turn around and say how shitty they were. Yeah. Tell them you're a shitty person, because you know what? Maybe that's going to make you be a better person.
Absolutely. Accountability.
Yes.
We need to bring that back.
We've lost accountability.
Yes.
We've lost accountability in our marriage and our work and our children. Like participation trophies. Like we've lost all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, I feel like bullying was good, and oh my God, I'm gonna get so much backlash for that. But I mean, hell, my son will tell you right now, she bullies me every day. Yeah. Like, but I put it how it is. I don't sugarcoat it. I feel like that. I feel like if I was to leave this earth tomorrow, that I have 2 kids that can stand on their feet. And that's what I see kids these days that are 27, 28, 29 years old, and I'm like, if something happens to their parent, how are they going to survive?
Yeah.
I don't want that for my kids. I want my kids to be sad that they lost their mom, but I also want them to be able to pick themselves up and move on. And I feel like my mom raised me that way, but I don't feel like she raised all my siblings that way.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why they struggled after my mom passed, because they all constantly had her guiding them one way or the other. So I don't know why either, why two of us were raised completely different than the other two, but that's how I see it.
Yeah. Well, then that goes against the nature versus nurture thing, because you guys literally lived in the same house and turned out completely different.
Yes.
With completely different work ethics.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've seen that where children, same parents, one turns out one way and one turns out another way. So I don't like, how can you blame that on a parent issue? I feel like, I don't know. I've always told my kids, you have a mind of your own. You make your own decisions. You make your own choices. If you go out and do something wrong, I'm not gonna accuse Billy Bob is the reason why Stephen got in trouble.
Yeah.
No, Stephen had a choice to make. You chose to do whatever Billy Bob done, and you both got in trouble. You should have chose to walk the other way and be the person. Like, don't give in to peer pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I try to teach that to younger kids these days, that I do things like, I'll try to, like, bribe them into eating something for a certain amount of money. And then, like, say if they say no. Like, if I say $20 if you eat that hot pepper, they're like, I'm not eating that hot pepper for $20. In my mind, I'll pay $100 to eat that hot pepper. But when the kid says absolutely not going to do it, that's when I tell them, I said, I'm going to teach you two things in life. A, I would have paid you $100. But B, always try something once in life, but make sure it's a good choice you're trying. And C, don't ever give in to peer pressure.
Yeah.
Don't let someone peer pressure you into doing something unless you absolutely want to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that people need to learn from.
Yeah. I also was very against peer pressure. Like, it took a lot. You would have to do a lot to try to pressure me. But I just really, I can never fathom how people would fall for peer pressure. I'm like, they are not having to live those consequences you are. So I don't understand how what they say, you're going to let that affect what you're physically going to do. Like,
I think it's fitting in.
Yeah.
They want to fit in. And I mean, my name is Billie. I didn't really fit in as a girl. So, I mean, I had to live, I had a boy's name. So,
my name's McCara.
Right. So, I mean, I feel like social media has made things so much worse for, even for guys. I feel like guys struggle with their image and self-worth because they see, no, just be who you are and be the best version of yourself and stop comparing to everything else in life. There's always going to be someone better than you. There's always going to be someone prettier than you. There's always going to be someone more muscles than you.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that, and I tell people this all the time. I answer to people and I own the company. You're always going to have to answer to somebody in life.
Yeah.
But just make sure that in the end, when you're answering to God, you did the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, it's all our first time doing this.
Yes.
And it's all going to be our last time doing this.
Yes.
And we're all going to have to answer to what we do.
Right.
So, you got
nobody's going to remember how much money you had. You died.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to remember. They're going to remember the person you were.
Yeah, and what you did.
Yeah.
And how you made people feel.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of how does it make people feel, does it feel like you expected it would where you are today? Being this far along in the business?
No, I feel like I went backwards a little bit over the last year as far as trucks and I feel like I went backwards, but I feel like I'm going to regrow, but I also feel like because of things in life I had to downsize a little bit. And I didn't downsize very much, but I feel like to regroup and like I'm still regrouping and rethinking things over and where's the next step for Double R.
What do you wish you knew before starting?
I think that I felt like a lot of people's work ethic was like mine, and it's not. Like, I feel like finding somebody that is dedicated to working and just respecting your equipment. I feel like a lot of drivers, you give them $100,000 truck or $80,000 truck, and they don't like me. If someone gives me an $80,000 truck, I'm going to respect it as if it's mine. And I feel like that's kind of went out the door. Like, I feel like drivers are just like, not my dollar. Don't matter if I run over a curb and take a tire out. Doesn't matter, So I feel like I thought there was more accountability for people, but I feel like more people make excuses when something happens, and I wish I would have known more, like, because I buy nice equipment, and I want my drivers to have nice equipment. But I've noticed over the last couple of years, they don't take care of the equipment. So it makes sense now why I see these bigger companies buying these other $30,000, $40,000 trucks, and they just let them get ran in the ground because they're $30,000 or $40,000 trucks. But me, I like nice equipment, so when I look at my equipment and, like, for instance, the other day, I had a driver that had trash piled all the way up in his passenger side. And I'm like, you pull in a fuel line and get fuel at least once a day. Why would you not throw your trash away? Like, you're literally living in this truck. Why would you not take care of it? So that's the mindset that's, like, I wish I would have known that not everybody lives the way you live. Not everybody keeps a clean house. Not everybody keeps a clean car. Not everybody, like, that. Is something I wish I would have known, that not everybody's going to take care and respect things like I do.
What is the biggest mistake you see new entrepreneurs making, in your opinion?
Building their business and then walking away and giving it over to somebody else to run and thinking they're going to run it the same way you do. They won't. Nobody's going to care about your baby like you do. Nobody. Like, I know my son, he's a good worker and everything, but I built Double R from the ground up. I'm the one that laid awake at night worrying, am I going to have loads for all my truck tomorrow? Am I going to that? And now he's in where it's already built, so loads find us. So that's the hard thing for me, is to just, I know one day I need to give up a lot more control, but that's hard for me to give up that much control, even though I know that he knows what he's doing and he doesn't want to see it fail. That mindset of mine is just, that's your company.
It's your blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes. If it fails, it's because you let it fail, kind of situation. So I think that's the main thing I see with people, and I've been in business with people before where they're there and then they're not. They're not as devoted, and so I've went out of business with them because I feel like you're reaping the benefits, but you're not putting in as much time and effort as I am. So I've cut ties before business owners that I did with, because in the end, that's what I feel like. I feel like that's the biggest mistake you're going to make in life, is trusting somebody else to run your company the way that you want it ran. It takes a lot, to me, and a lot of trusting to give that up to somebody, and I just don't know that I could fully do that now. Not knowing what I know about people. Like, I just, no. I don't think I'll ever be able to truly not have my hand in any business that I have. Because I've done that before. I've opened up a business before, trusted somebody to run it, and lost. Because they weren't running it the way that I thought that it should have been ran. So, and my way is, I'll shut it down and walk away.
There will be no business.
If I don't have time and you're not doing it right, I'll be dang if my name's going to be ran into the ground. I'll just close it down and move on.
I'll take my L and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's something you believed early on that turned out to be wrong?
I think it was that, thinking that you can build a business and then eventually walk away. I don't think you can. I think you have to sell.
Yeah.
I really do. I think you have to sell.
For it to be beneficial for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you walk away, eventually it's not going to be ran the same. It's not going to have as much attention.
You have to make it be someone else's first priority.
Yes.
Which means that it needs to be theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then again, if you make it someone else's first priority, eventually they're going to learn what you're doing and they're going to go out and duplicate it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I think eventually, if you want to give up that much of your company, you need to sell.
Yeah.
You need to sell, or you're going to have somebody stab you in the back.
Yeah. What separates people who succeed from people who quit?
Dedication.
Really? Do you feel like it's solely dedication?
Yeah, I feel like you have to be. Well, and like I said, you have to have the heart for it. You may think this is something you want to do, and then you go into it and you don't realize the dedication it takes, and you lack that dedication. Mm-hmm. So you may think that you want to go. I mean, I have thousands of things I want to do in life right now. Like one of them is write a book, but it's just not. I have so many notes in my phone from where I'm writing my book, but I've never just fully committed to it. So I'm like, am I ever gonna get a book wrote before I die? Because my dedication is elsewhere right now.
Well, have you ever thought about splitting your dedication? Like doing like 1 day a week dedicated to a book?
No, I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I have other businesses that I want to start, but in the same instance, I just don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I'll admit I'm bored. I'm bored.
Yeah.
I am bored, and that's bad for me because when I get bored, it's not good.
Yeah.
And I like to have my hand in multiple things and doing multiple things. Like my dream thing is to open up an Italian restaurant.
Really?
Yes.
Are you Italian?
No.
Oh, perfect.
But I love Italian food, and I make good Italian food, and I can't find good Italian food.
Okay.
So my dream job is to open up a restaurant one day. But the thing is, part of me wants to just open up like breakfast and serve breakfast food, and then part of me is like, no, I want to do lunch, dinner, not be open in the morning, or just do lunch, like Lori's Sweet Sensations, how she was. Like that's something that I'm interested in, but right now I don't have the dedication to do it. But that is my dream, is to own a restaurant one day. And it's the worst. It's the worst dream on earth, from what I hear from business owners.
Yeah,
but
I've heard businesses.
But I'm not.
Really
I'm not doing it for that benefit. I'm doing it for like when I cook and it makes somebody happy. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
So it'd be more of a. So it's definitely going to have to be something later in life because it's going to be more of a love thing, not a financial thing.
Listen, I will talk to you about that afterwards. Me and Monica and my aunt are starting a nonprofit, and I want to feed the homeless since Papa once a week.
Right. See, and that's something that Kinley's always wanted, her nonprofit, and she's done blanket drives and all that stuff, and I'm big into that. Like I've went with Dugan downtown to feed the homeless people and stuff, but I just don't have the dedication right now to do that.
Yeah.
So I know if I started it, I'm not going to finish it because I don't have the dedication right now. Right now, I'm dedicated to making sure my trucking company doesn't fail.
Yeah.
So.
And gets going.
Yeah.
What's the hardest truth about building a business, in your opinion?
The hardest truth? Is to realize that some people don't realize how hard it is. Some people don't realize how much time and effort you have to give to your business. And sometimes I feel like you lose people because they don't understand. They don't understand what it takes to run a business.
Yeah.
Because they've always been an employee. So they don't understand that I can't not answer my phone when a driver calls.
Yeah.
I may be having a disagreement with a significant other, but if that phone rings and it's a driver, they rely on me to answer that call. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with how much I care about what's going on in our life. Mm-hmm. But those people rely on me. Mm-hmm. So that's the hardest thing, I think, is to swallow, is that some people just don't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they ever will. Mm-hmm. And then they get mad when you say, well, I own a business. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that to be... I'm trying to make you understand that my life isn't just about me.
Yeah.
It's about everybody else that I employ and that rely on me and that, so... But like I said, people don't understand that. Mm-hmm. Even though I own a business, I still answer to other people.
Yeah.
I still answer to my drivers. I still answer to brokers. I still, when I tell drivers, tell me when you're loaded, tell me when you're unloaded. And they think that I'm harping on them, but I'm not. It's because when you tell me you're loaded, I'm telling the person that we're on the freight for that you're loaded. But if they call me wanting to know if my truck's loaded, then I got to call you. It's just more calls. Like there's one of you, mm-hmm. but I'm dealing with 17 of you.
Yes.
So there's one of you and I'm dealing. So if I have 17 calls coming in wanting to know if my trucks are loaded, and I'm making 17 calls to find out if you're loaded, it's just more work, and it's all a system, and it all has to run smoothly.
Yeah. What would you do differently if you had to start over? Or would you do anything differently?
I would have made sure that people knew that it was my sole business.
Yeah.
I would have done that because when things went south, a lot of people didn't realize who was on the forefront running it all. Mm-hmm. They thought it was the man running it all, when in the end it was really me.
Yeah. And
so that was something that I had to retrain, re-show them to realize that it was me running behind the scenes, giving someone else the forefront limelight of it, when in the end they weren't doing nothing but being in the limelight.
Yeah.
So I think that was the major thing. And being a woman, I mean, I had one man that never called me to haul freight. He always called the man, even though I'm the one doing it all. And so that was something new, to have that relationship with him. And now he's realized, oh, dang, I was always calling the wrong person.
Yeah.
But because he didn't want to deal with a woman. I feel like it's hard for some men to realize that women have that power. Like, I mean, I had a guy tell me once that it would be hard to date me because it would be hard for some men to be able to handle that I made more money than them. Really? I had more power than them. I had more control with them. And in my mind, I'm like, why the hell would that matter? Like, why would it matter to you who makes the more money?
Yeah.
But for some men, I feel like, I mean, according to this man, for some men, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to know that the person that you're dating doesn't need you.
Heaven forbid it be a choice, like a want.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my thing, like, and that's probably hard for me as far as dating me, because I don't need anybody. If you're in my life, it's because I want you in my life. It's not because I need something for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of men have dated women that need them.
Yeah. Or they want to be needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And men do. Men want to feel needed, and that's a bad thing about me. Like,
I'm sorry about you. I don't need you. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's hard for me to, and honestly, for the first time in my life, I feel safe in the relationship I'm in. And I can honestly say I don't think I've ever felt safe. Yeah. Not even as a child growing up. Yeah. I never had that. I've never been able to give up control to feel safe. I've always had to be take care of Billy kind of person. And that scares the hell out of me.
Really?
To know that the person that I'm dating, that I've given, that I feel safe.
Yeah.
Like, part of me still tries to put up that wall that I don't, like, because as long as I don't feel safe with anybody, then you can't get hurt.
Yeah.
Even though I got hurt a lot over the years.
Yeah.
But I still had that that wall that I wasn't vulnerable. And I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm vulnerable in a relationship, and that scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like, scares the hell out of me to be vulnerable.
With that, so I've used this analogy before, but like, so do you feel like you've always been a driver of your life and it's hard to become a passenger?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the relationship I'm in right now, he says it's easier to let him drive the car than him drive.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a control freak. And I'm so... And I don't mean to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean to be such a control freak. But I've never had that significant person in my life, whether it be a parent, a spouse, a partner, that I felt like I could be vulnerable and give up that control.
Yeah.
So and I feel like I deal with a lot with, like I said, it scares the hell out of me that I'm vulnerable to this person because I've never been vulnerable before. And that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks I lie when I tell him that I don't think I've ever truly been in love with anybody, and I've been married twice, and I don't think I was in love with either one of them. I think that's what I was supposed to do. And I think that's why I cried on both of my wedding days, because I didn't feel like this was the right decision.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks that I bullshit, but I'm not bullshitting, because I honestly, for the first time in my life, feel like I'm in love with somebody.
Yeah.
And that's scary to me. To know that, I mean, being hurt before damn near killed me. And so that scares me, because I don't think I was vulnerable.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever let my guard down.
So you're like, if it ever happens with this, what is that going to look like?
Right. Like, I feel like I loved
Yeah.
certain people in my life, but I don't feel like I was in love.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like just from the loss that I experienced, just even from being a child, that I kind of set a wall up to where that tough Billy exterior. And I feel like I've just had that my whole life, being the tough person, that I never let myself be vulnerable. Like, he hurts my feelings all the time, and people don't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And he hurts my feelings all the time. Like, he's like, you're so sensitive. And if you ask somebody else if I'm sensitive, they're going to tell you no, that I'm the meanest person they've ever met. Like, they'll tell you I'm the nicest, most giving person, but they'll also tell you that I'm the meanest, most blunt person. But with him, like, he hurts my feelings. It's like hard for me to like...
And you're like, hey man,
yeah,
I need you to chill out.
Yeah, I'm like, why is this bugging me? Like, why are you hurting my feel? Like, why do I give a shit?
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of feeling that I feel like, because honestly, I'm not the type of person to, but I've also felt like I've sought validation from people my whole entire life and didn't even understand why. Like, why did I give a shit if they cared? Like, I just didn't.
Yeah.
But I cared. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I was seeking validation, but didn't realize I was seeking validation from people in life. But now I'm at the point to where, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Where you feel very secure in yourself, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. That you, because like, I know personally, with being fresh in my 20s, that I don't feel like I know anything of what's going on or what I'm doing, or I just feel like a chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your frontal lobe has developed? Like, you do have a grasp and understanding of like what's going on, what to do, and like who you are as a person?
I think my frontal lobe is developed because of neurofeedback.
Really?
Yes. I feel like I had suppressed so much trauma and stuff over the years that I wasn't fully developed, so that's why I seeked validation from people, even though I said I didn't give a shit what people thought, but deep down inside I did. And so I think now, because of neurofeedback and just being able to accept things that I technically could not accept, like for somebody to be a bad person, well, I had to have done something wrong. And now I realize that no, there are just bad people in this world, and accept it.
Yeah.
And that's still hard to accept, but I feel like finally at 52 maybe my frontal lobe is developed, because I feel like things stop us from developing.
Yeah.
And we suppress and we think that we're doing all right in life and we're not really doing all right. And I think that I was in such a fight or flight mode my whole entire life that I just would either retreat within myself or I would fight just to make it.
Yeah.
And now I think I'm at a point in my life to where it's like I said, I was never scared to die, and now I'm scared to die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to leave this early in life. I want to see my kids continue to succeed. I want to see my grandkids succeed in life. And I think that's where I'm at in life. I don't need people to validate me anymore. I know that my kids love me. I know that I have good kids. And I know that they respect me. And I think that's enough for me right now. Like, just, that's enough.
Yeah. What is the most, this will be the last question, and then we'll wrap up. What is the most underrated part of success, in your opinion?
The most underrated part of success?
Yeah.
I think it's just thinking everybody thinks that you have everything going and they feel like you're just like an endless money tree. Like, I feel like they just assume because you have a business, well, you have all this money and you have this, and no.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I think I had more money when I had one truck. Now that I have all these trucks and they break down, and like, I'm not somebody that doesn't look at their bank account every day. Like, I look at my bank account every single day. And I think that people think that, oh, well, she's got a business, she's just X, Y, and Z. No. Sometimes X, Y, and Z don't even go X, Y, and Z. Like, sometimes I'm AFD or something, you know, like, and I think that's the most underrated thing, that people assume that because you have a business, well, she must be doing good. No, that's not true. I think there's a lot of businesses right now that are struggling financially, emotionally. I think COVID did a lot to people as far as business ethics go, work, like, just getting good employees is hard right now. Like, I feel like there's too many people that feel entitled. And so I think that's the most underrated thing, that I feel like people just assume. Don't assume because this business is running every day that they're not struggling. Because I feel like a lot more people are struggling than not struggling right now. Like, I feel like that's why a lot of businesses you see closing the doors. I mean, Sonics are closing the doors. I'm like, come on, everybody goes
around forever.
Yes, but I feel like the quality has been compromised in business is restaurants. I feel like quality of food, like, I go out to eat and spend $100 and my food sucks. Like, I could have cooked at home and had a good meal. But because you want that social interaction. But I feel like, I think mandatory now is like that. When you go to sign your ticket, they've already been given a 20% tip. I'm like, when I waitressed, it was 10, 15, 18. Now it's like you tip 18. Like,
it's like 20, 22, 25, 28.
Yes, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I mean, my credit card messages me like, did you mean to tip 35%? Like, if you do your job, absolutely. But I just feel like people expect that, and they don't give you the service. Like, I waitressed. I expect a certain service from a waitress. I expect my glass not to get empty. But I feel like, oh my God, I'm so busy. And they have 3 tables. I'm like, I would wait on 100-party banquet every Sunday when I waitressed by myself. Nobody's glass was ever empty. Was I running my off? Absolutely, I was.
Absolutely, I was. You better believe.
But that's my point. I feel like people some people are just doing the bare minimum in life. And guess what? If you do the bare minimum in life, expect to get the bare minimum. I fully believe that.
Yeah, tipping culture has gotten crazy because we should not be expected to pay your wage.
We have tip jars at drive-through windows.
That's insane. Anything.
What am I tipping you for?
Literally, anything that I am like building myself, or I'm telling you every ingredient to put on it, and you're putting it on there, putting it in.
Yeah.
No.
Like Starbucks won't even run your card.
Yeah.
You have to run it yourself. They stick the thing out. I'm like, are you kidding me?
What
you
are
can't
you
just
doing?
take. Sorry, Starbucks, but
Yeah.
you need to come on. You can't.
No, for real.
Your employee can't take my credit card and put it in the machine.
Yeah. And it's just like, what service am I tipping you for?
Right. I'm not.
That's your job at that point.
I have a hair salon and I do hair, and 90% of the time I will skip the tip.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to give somebody that for them to tip.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I price my stuff that if you don't tip me, you don't tip me.
Yeah.
If you tip me, that's a bonus.
That's how I price my stuff as a lash tech. All my prices are and especially now with my booking, if you book it online, you have to prepay for it anyways. So you've already paid for it by the time you get here. If you tip me at the end, perfect. But I'm not pulling back out the square to be like, oh my God, do you want to give me a tip?
Yes.
Because that's my job and I priced it.
My famous thing is, there's a few questions for you to answer.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
As I spin around the iPad, here you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that. I don't know. I feel like it's rude for me to do that to a client. And
Yeah.
I have clients that get mad at me because I'll skip the tip and they get pissed off at me. They're like, you didn't let me tip. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
if you want to tip me that bad, cash at me.
Right.
Yeah.
My thing is that I price my hair
Yeah.
like, and I don't I'll hear some stylists charge somebody $225 for their hair, and I've been doing hair since I don't know how long ago, a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I've ever charged somebody $225 for their hair. But then again, I mean, I wouldn't pay that for my hair to get done.
Yeah. And that's how I am as well. Like, there's some lash techs that will price like $200 sets. I am not paying $200 for lashes. So I will be damned if I charge my friend that I'm about to chat with for 2 hours with their eyes shut $200 for some lashes.
Right.
You're crazy.
Right.
I don't care how long I've been doing it. I've been doing it for 3 years.
Right.
It's still, I'm trying to make it an affordable service.
Right. And I agree. Get paid what you're worth. I 100% agree that. But I've had people that have lost their jobs and like they've booked out, and I'll call them like, well, I lost my job. I can't get my hair done. And I'll be like, no, come get your hair done. And I don't charge them. And the same thing is because I don't do hair. Like, everybody says, why don't you quit doing hair since you do trucking now? And I'm like, because hair is my fun job.
Mm-hmm.
Hair, like, if I make $18,000 doing hair this year because I don't do it that much, that's $18,000 more that I got to spend on my kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it. Like, my hair money, my credit card goes in one account, and I literally don't do anything with that money unless I'm spending it on somebody else. But to me, I'm just a firm believer. What we put out on this earth is what we get back after.
Yeah.
I firmly believe, and I don't care who believes this, that when you're dying, you see all the good and pain that you caused somebody. And I'm sorry, I don't want to feel that pain when I'm dying.
Yeah.
I want to feel the good that I brought to people's life. I want to feel the joy that I gave people.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm probably the most blunt person you'll ever meet on earth.
Yeah.
But I would never try and hurt somebody's feelings. I'm just honest, and I would want the same back from you.
Absolutely.
I would want honesty over you trying to make me feel better, because in the end, I think honesty is what makes us all grow.
Yeah. And honesty is where human connection comes from.
Yes.
And like, at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do.
Right.
Is have human connection with people around us and to live life.
Like I said, my boyfriend hurts my feelings all the time, but he's like, I'm just going to be honest, and I would rather somebody be honest than to blow smoke up my ass.
You're absolutely right.
I'd rather get the honesty and it hurt my feelings than me find out down the road that that's not what you were really thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
Because I lived that life for a long time of
Yeah.
fake.
Because honesty and bluntness is a short sting.
Yes.
Betrayal is a long one.
Is a very long
Yes,
sting.
it
It's
is.
still stinging.
Yes.
And I would have rather had the truth said to
Yeah.
my face. So I get that.
Well, where can they find you on social media for the trucking company?
I mean, Double R Transportation LLC is on Facebook.
Fantastic.
So we have a website.
Mm-hmm.
That's look up Double R Transportation LLC in Spalding, Oklahoma, and you'll find my website.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you just Google my name, I have a lot of businesses, so you'll find a lot of different things. But Double R Transportation.
And if there is a broker or a company that wants to use you, how do they reach out to you?
Just call me by my phone number, 918-606-6874, and I hope I don't get a lot of weird calls.
I hope not.
You know.
Okay. Well,
or email me at rrtransportation2017@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on Million Hour Workweek, and we will see you at work.
Thank you.
Thank you.